Hello students, as you know that we were discussing the chapter number 8, that is body movements. Let's have a look on the topics that we studied in our previous session. First, we have studied about the muscles. What are muscles? Our skeleton is made up of bones, cartilage and muscles. How do muscles help in the movement of the bones? Muscles always work in pair. If one of the muscles contract, the other muscle relaxes. Muscle always pull the bone, they never push the bone. Many muscles are present in our body. Then we have studied the gait of the animals, that is the different movement of the animals. In our last session, we have studied the movement in earthworm, snail and cockroaches. Let's see how do the earthworm move. Earthworm's body does not contain bone. So how does the earthworm move? But the body of the earthworm has muscles. These muscles help in the movement of the earthworm. The earthworm body also contains the large number of bristles that are connected to the muscles, and these bristles helps the earthworm to get fixed with the ground. Then we have studied about the snail. We see the outer covering in the snail's body. What this outer covering is called as? This is called as a shell, and shell is the outer skeleton of the snail's body. How does the snail move? The snail moves in the wavy motion. Then we have studied the movement of the cockroach. We see that the cockroach can fly, climb and even walk. The 3 pairs of legs helps the cockroach in walking. The outer skeleton of the cockroach is hard. The cockroach has the distinct muscles. The muscles that are present near the legs helps the cockroaches in walking, and the body muscles helps the cockroach to fly. I hope all these topics are understood to you. Now let us study the movement of the birds. How do the birds move? You might have observed that birds fly in the sky, walk on the ground. Some of the birds like ducks and swans can also swim in the water. But why can birds only fly? What makes the birds to fly? The birds can fly because their bodies are well suited for flying. Their body is well suited. Their body is evolved for flying. Their bones are hollow and light. Due to the hollow and the light bones, the birds can fly. The bones of the hind limbs are typical for walking and perching. We have studied that the birds also walk. So how is it possible that they can walk? Because of the hind limbs bone, the birds can walk and sit on them. The bony parts of the forelimbs are modified as the wings. So their forelimbs are modified as the wings. The shoulder bones of the birds are strong. The breast bones are modified to hold the muscles of the flight, which are used to move the wings up and down. So the breastbone is modified to hold the strong muscles during the flight, which can move their wings up and down. So we have seen how do the birds fly. Because their hind limbs are modified for the walking, their forelimbs are modified as the wings due to which they can fly. And the breastbone is strong so that they can move their wings up and down. Now we will study the movement of the fish. How do fish swims or moves in the water? To study the movement of the fish, we will perform an activity. You might have made the paper boat many a times. For this activity, also you have to make a paper boat. Now put it in water and push it with one narrow end pointing forward. Now take that boat and push it in water with the narrow end pointing in the forward direction. What you will observe? Do it go in water easily? Do the boat moves in water easily? Yes. Now hold the boat sideways and it into the water from the broad side. Now hold the boat in the water and push it from the broader side. Are you able to make the boat move in the water when you push it from this side? Will you be able to move the boat in the water when you push the boat from the broad side? No, it will not be that easy for the boat to move in the water when it is pushed from the broader side. The shape of the boat is somewhat like a fish. The shape of the boat is resemble to the shape of the fish, isn't it? The head and the tail of fish are smaller than the middle portion of the body. Like in the boat, the pointed ends are smaller than the middle broad end. Similarly, in the fish, the head and the tail of the fish are smaller than the middle portion of the body. The body tapers at both the ends. And this shape of the body is known as a streamline shape, where both the end of the body tapers. The shape is such that the water can flow around it easily and allow the fish to move in water. So the shape of the fish is such that the water can flow around it easily, which allows the fish to move in water. The skeleton of the fish is covered with the strong bones. So the skeleton of the fish is made from strong bones. Now let's see, how do fish swims in water? During swimming, muscles make the front part of the body curve to one side and the tall part swings towards the opposite side. This forms the curve. So while swimming in the water, the fish makes the curve. How? The muscles from the front part of the body will curve to the one side and the tall part will move to the opposite side. Then quickly the body and the tail curve to the other side. So they will change their direction to the other side. This makes a jerk and pushes the body forward. So this change in direction will make the jerk and will push the fish to move in the forward direction. A series of such jerks make the fish swim ahead. This is helped by the fins of the tail. So a repeated series of the jerks make the fish to swim ahead. And this is done with the help of the fins of the tail. Fish also have other fins on their body which mainly help to keep the balance of the body and to keep the direction while swimming. So the body of the fish also have many other fins. What these fins do? These fins helps the fish to keep the balance of the body and to keep the direction in which they are swimming. You might have seen that the underwater divers wear fin-like flippers on their feet to keep them move easily in the water. So while underdiving, the divers have to wear the fin-like flippers. So it will be helpful for them to move easily in the water. Now let us study, how do the snakes move? Have you ever seen the movement of the snake? How do the snake move? Does the snake move straight? No, the snake does not move straight. Let's see. So how do the snake move? Snakes have a long backbone. They have many thin muscles. They are connected to each other even though they are far from each other. So the body of the snake has a long backbone. The backbone have many thin muscles, and these thin muscles are joined with each other even they are far away from each other. You can see in the image how does the skeleton of the snake looks like. Muscles also interconnect the backbone, ribs and skin. So what do the muscles do? They are interconnected with the backbone, ribs and even the skin. The snake's body curves into many loops. You can see in the image, the body of the snake curves into many loops. Each loop of a snake gives it a forward push by pressing against the ground. So what do each loop do? Each loop of the snake helps the snake to move in the forward direction by pressing it against the ground. Since its long body makes many loops and each loop gives it this push, the snake moves forward very fast and not in the straight line. So why do not snake move in the straight line? As the long body of the snake is made up of many loops, and each loop gives the snake the push in the forward direction. Therefore, the snake moves very fast, and that too not in a straight line, because of the many loops that are present in the snake's body. This movement of the snake is known as slithering. Snake slithers on the ground. So with this we have completed this chapter. So what are the different topics that we have studied in this chapter? We have studied about the different movements, the different joints that are present in our body, like ball and socket joint, pivotal joint, hinge joint, fixed joint. We have studied about the muscles, cartilage, scalpels, vertebrae, etc. Also, we have studied about the different movements that we see in different animals. Why we see different movements in different animals? Due to the difference in the body arrangement, the difference in the skeleton, bones and muscles. The different animals show the different movements. I hope this chapter is understood to you. Now we will solve the exercise questions. Let's begin with the exercise question. Question number 1 is fill in the blanks. Let's see the first question. Joints of the bones help in the dash of the body. In what did the joints of the bone help? Joints of the bone help in the movement of the body. Next question. A combination of bones and cartilage forms the dash of the body. So bones and cartilages forms the skeleton of the body. Third, the bones at the elbow are joined by which joint? Which joint is present at the elbow? Hinge joint is present at the elbow. Next, the contraction of dash pulls the bones during the movement. So if what will contract, the bones get pulled. The contraction of muscles pull the bones during the movement. Now let's see the question number 2. Indicate true or false among the following sentences. First is, the movement of the locomotion of all animals is exactly same. Do we see that the locomotion of all the animals is same? Do all the animals move in the same manner? No, this statement is false. We see difference in the movement of different animals. Second, the cartilages are harder than the bones. The cartilages are harder than the bones? False. Bones are harder than the cartilage. Third is, the finger bones do not have joints. We have studied that our finger bend. So, is it possible for our finger to bend if it does not have joints? No, it's false. Our finger have many joints. Then, fourth, the forearm has 2 bones. Our forearm has 2 bones. Yes, this statement is true. Cockroaches have an outer skeleton. Yes, cockroaches do have outer skeleton, and we have studied the outer skeleton of the cockroaches hard, which is made up of number of plates. So this statement is also true. Cockroaches have the outer skeleton. Now question number 3 is match the pairs. We have 2 columns are given, column 1 and column 2. We have to match the column 1 with the right answers from the column 2. Let's see. First is upper jaw. So what do you think will match with the upper jaw? Upper jaw is an immovable joint. We have studied that the lower jaw moves, but the upper jaw does not move. So upper jaw is an immovable joint. Next is fish. What could be the right answer for the fish? Fish have fins on the body, isn't it? And fish also have a streamlined body. So there will be the two answers for the fish. Fish have fins in the body, on the body, and fish have a streamlined body. Third is ribs. What do the ribs do? Ribs protect the heart. Then third is snail. How does the snail moves? Snail shows very slow movement. And last is cockroach. So cockroach has an outer skeleton. Now let's see the question number 4, that is answer the following. First question is, what is ball and socket joint? So what is ball and socket joint? How is the structure of ball and socket joint? In ball and socket joint, the rounded end of one bone fits into the cavity, that is the hollow space of the other bone. Such a joint allows the movement in all directions. This joint is known as ball and socket joint. Second is, which of the skull bones are movable? So, which bone in the skull region is movable? Lower jaw is movable. Last question, why can our elbow not move backwards? So, why our elbow cannot move backwards? Our elbow cannot move backwards because it has the hinge joint, which allows only back and forth movement. Therefore, elbow cannot move backwards. I hope all the topics and exercise questions of this chapter are understood to you. We will end this session here.